Hi, this is Miss Cindy. I hope everyone's doing pretty good today. Um, this is going to be, I guess, part two. My last video, I did a glass vase where I did a stained glass on. I had three vases, three different shapes, three different sizes, and I'm going to do three different designs. So the first one I didn't particularly care for, but I got a video up there. You can take a look at it. This is the second one that I'm going to use, and then I have another one. This one I had a really crazy idea. Whether it's going to work, I don't know, but I'm willing to try anything. So I have done vases with pours where I use my paint and Flotro. So I've also done projects using the aluminum foil pour. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this vase. And once I finish all three vases, the one that I like the best is the one that I keep. The one that I just recently did, it's gone. It's in the girls' room. They wanted that one, so I gave it to them. So all of the supplies I need are sitting out here. I'm going to need, I got to clean it really good, which I did. But then I'm going to use a fine sander, and I'm going to sand down the side of this glass, because when you put paint on glass, it doesn't hold, it doesn't stick. So I'm going to sand that down, clean it real good, and then I do have a glass medium that I'm going to mix with the paint, and hopefully that sticks to the glass. Anyway, I don't have a clue if this is going to work. I'm going to do it just like I would do a foil pour on canvas. I'm just going to roll my glass vase in it, see if it holds, and see how it dries. So I have my acrylic paint. However, I'm just going to use metallic because the metallic is not so thick. So if this does work and I put the lights in it, still show through. So I have a fairy light case. I have the medium. I have some alcohol to clean it off real good. I have some popsicle sticks that I can stir the paint. I have some aluminum foil. And then I have two holders here. This is a cup that if I turned it upside down, it could hold until it dried. However, if it does drip, I don't think I want the drips to go to the top. So I brought out my silicone bowl here, and I may just put it in there, so if it does drip, let it drip down. Anyway, that's all the supplies at this point that I think I'm going to need. I don't have a clue if this is going to work. When I did the foil pour for canvas, it was very messy, but the end product was beautiful. I've done it like twice, and they're just beautiful on canvas. I don't know if it's going to work on glass, but we're going to give it a try. So once I get everything set up, ready to go, I'll be back. So I cut my aluminum foil, and I cut it where it would just go around the cylinder vase. And I went ahead and I sanded my glass vase just really a little bit. Hopefully that will help the paint stick. And I just put a little bit of tape in the top rim because I know I'm going to have to put my hand in there and I don't want paint on the inside. So when it comes to this glass medium, it's 1 part paint and 9 parts medium. So all of my paints have been mixed. I have a espresso, a pink, a excuse me, a teal, a gold, and a berry. And I just wanted you to see how I measured this. So that's about just 1 part paint and 9 parts medium. I didn't want a lot of paint. When I do the foil pour, I usually have enough paint so that I'm covering that aluminum foil really, really good, all the nooks and crannies. I'm not doing that with this because I really don't want it to drip. And if it does, I want it to drip minimally. So I guess I'm ready. All my paint is mixed. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the aluminum foil. And this is the same way I would do a foil for canvas. And this may even be too much paint. I won't know until I do it. If I have to do a second pass, that's fine. But my whole thing is this not dripping too much, and see if I could actually just get the design of the aluminum foil and the paint on it. I don't care if I have some of the glass actually showing. Okay. All right, so I have my paint on. I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm just going to roll it. And we're going to see what happens. Okay. I don't think it's going to drip that much. I do have some air bubbles in there. I'm going to get my toothpick. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to get the toothpick. That side there. And what I've learned with this is that you can always just cut off a piece of this, which I'm going to get my scissors. I really don't want to mess up that design. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to get a toothpick and try to get some of the big air bubbles. Only reason why I think that came out is because, I don't know, maybe I stirred it too fast. And then we're going to let this dry and I'll be back and let's see what happens. Okay, to give you an update, when I started popping those bubbles with the toothpick, I decided I wasn't going to do all of that popping with a toothpick. So what I did was I cut off a piece of the foil. I'm going to do a piece right now. And not only did this pop the bubbles, it also, I tried to slow down that dripping because yes, it is dripping. That's just that medium. So all I did was tapped it like that, went all the way around, tapped it, and it's fine because it also brings out that foil design. But it took off the excess paint. It gave me a design, and any bubbles that I had, it would pop them. And this is just fine because I didn't want this solid. I want you to still be able to see through it for when I put the lights in. Here's a good spot right here. This dries really fast too. I guess it's the medium, but it is drying fast. So right now I'm happy with the colors. I just don't want it to drip because once it drips, it gives it a totally different look. So, and I don't think I'm gonna have to do this twice either. But I'm trying to catch that extra paint. So anyway, I just wanted to come back and give you an idea of what I did to get rid of the bubbles and also slow down that drip. I'll be back when this dries. Okay, so I'm finished with my tapping and I'm just gonna let it dry. I don't think I'm going to do a second coat. I think I'm just gonna leave it, I'm just gonna let it dry, see what it does, and then I can go ahead and resin it. If I'm happy with it, I'll resin it. I will tell you I like this better than I do the stained glass so far. But then I have one more vase I have to do with, I have to come up with something. I put it in this upside down, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. If I see the drips coming again, I'm just gonna turn it right side up. So this I'm gonna watch because I like getting most of those drips off and giving me that foil design. So once this dries thoroughly, we'll come back and see how it looks. Well, I'm finished with vase 2. It has dried thoroughly. And I must say, I am quite pleased with this. I did not know how aluminum foil pour would go on glass, but it did. And it dried, for some reason, I guess it's the medium, it dried a lot faster than if it was just a regular pour. Anyway, I am quite pleased with this. I didn't use any particular colors. I just was pulling colors, you know, different colors that I liked. But I'm definitely going to be revisiting this. I was pleased with the way this came out. Anyway, turn on the fairy lights. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the fairy lights. I like this better than the first one. However, I did not resin it yet. I'm going to wait and do the third one, and then whichever one that I like the best, that one I will resin. But anyway, this was just another experiment on I'm decorating 3 different vases. The first one I did was the stained glass on a smaller vase. This one, I tried the foil pour on glass. And yes, it did work. I guess I could do a second coat to make it darker, but I like it just the way it is. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the third one yet, but when I do, I will record it. Anyway, everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. And I will be back soon with another project.